Namaste. I am Gloria Grace, a spiritual alignment coach who works with women entrepreneurs to clear the inner blocks keeping you stuck so you can live the life you want now. And if this is your first time watching live on social media, watching this replay on YouTube, or listening to this podcast, or you're a regular subscriber, you know what? I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad that you are here because today I am going to be talking about a healing modality that I have been using for myself for the last couple of years and as well as with clients. And it has just really made a huge difference in my life. And it is called light language. And we're going to get into a bit about what this is about and what it is, what are its benefits and all that good stuff. And I hope you will bear with me for just a minute for those of you watching, because when I always do these solo episodes, I love to share the daily word from Unity, and especially when I can find one that really flows with today's topic. And so I found one today from April 4th, 1985. Well, that was actually about 10 years before my son was born. And the affirmation is, I am alive and a light in the pure light of God. And I feel that this daily word today is going to set the context for what I'm going to be sharing with you about light language. So the reading says, all living things rejoice in the light. Birds sing at break of dawn. Plants and trees grow toward light. The petals of flowers open in the light. I am uplifted and enthusiastic about my plans when the sun is shining. God is light, and as I am created in the image and likeness of God, I am a child of light. There is spiritual light within me, and my mission is to express it. Jesus said, "You are the light of the world." Today, I realize that these words are for me. I rejoice in the light of God and let it shine in and through me, through my mind and my emotions. Light inspires my words and actions and moves me so that I know when to speak and when to be still. I let my light shine. I am the radiant light and joy of God in expression, and I see God's light in my neighbor as in myself. I am alive and a light in the pure light of God. And then there's a reading from Ephesians 5:8. Now you are light in the world. Walk as children of light. And the reason I wanted to share that as I'm getting ready to tell you about light language is because what light language is a form of communication. It is something that is channeled from higher realms. And essentially, it's a method of having God, having high source, the universe, whatever term you like to use that you are comfortable with, to be able to tap into that and have it speak directly to your soul. And because we are all capable of doing this, actually, we are all capable of doing it. It is a matter of being open to receive. Which I love talking about when I talk about the love method. And it's all a part of that. It's being able to tap into that light of God and have it shine through. Now, light language is, as I said, it's a method of communicating. It's energy that comes through, and it speaks to your soul. And in that way, the light that comes through, this healing energy, it's similar to Reiki in that respect. However, light language, rather than Reiki, if you've ever received Reiki, it's and I'm actually a Reiki practitioner too, is someone will usually use their hands, and they will have this healing energy will come through the hands to on whatever person they're working with, or animals. I've actually used it on my dog before. But light language is a little bit different because, again, it's language. So it's a communication. So it is People share it through the spoken word, through singing or toning, as some people call it, through sign language, and also some people write it, and it looks like hieroglyphic symbols to me. That's how I interpret it. I'm not I don't write it. I do see symbols though in my mind's eye when I am meditating, and so it does look similar to what I've seen on a piece of paper, but I have not been able to really write it myself. That may come later on, but then again, it may not, because I believe that part of my mission in here in this world is really to use my voice. It's I As a kid, I loved to sing, and I always loved speaking. So it makes sense. That's what I've been doing in my business for the last 10, 12 years, has been doing public speaking. So it's much more natural for me. I believe this is what God intended me to do, is to be able to speak it and sing it and do hand motions. I do some of that as well. I was a dancer, so that flies with me as well. And the reason that I believe there are these different modalities, and it's also what my guides taught me, is that it enables people to receive it in different ways. Some people like to they're auditory, they like to listen. Some people are more visual learners, and so I love that light language has these different ways of communicating. And some people also say that light language can heal our physical body of ailments. And I do believe that it is a healing modality. I will say, and this is again messages I've received when I was asking for guidance, that the healing will only take place if it is really meant to be, because I believe we all come into this human body with a particular I'm trying to think of the right words to say. We have something, we came here to do something. And so everybody's journey is different. And perhaps it is to be able to go through some type of physical challenge, shall we say. And I do believe that if your body is ready for healing, then light language can help it. It can do that, but it's not intended to be a cure for something. It will supplement whatever else you're doing to help your body achieve optimal health. So if you are, let's say you're going through cancer and you're receiving treatment for that, light language can help you in being able to calm yourself, to be able to lower your stress level so that you're able to manage the treatment better. Because I know getting chemotherapy, getting radiation, it really messes up your body, even though it's helping you, but at the same time, it also can damage some of your healthy cells and can leave you really feeling lousy for a while until you get better. And I know this from watching my sister go through that. And if I wish that I had been able to do light language then, but all things come in the right time. I believe it could have helped her deal with it a little bit better. So the other thing that light language can help, and I know that I've experienced this in my own life, is that it can truly enhance your intuition. It can help heal mental and spiritual issues that you're having, and help you to gain clarity in life. And clarity is my word for the year, and I may do an episode about that in the future. Light language, I practice it every morning. I channel it every morning as part of my morning ritual. I do meditation and then I do that. And I feel so strongly about the fact that I have seen in my life how I am happier. I'm able to be more focused and do the things that I need to do each day. And that's not to say there are times when I'm not, when I don't do that. And it's probably because I got out of doing some of the spiritual habits that I like to do or spiritual practices. So it's all good. It's all good. And I've seen tremendous results in some of the clients I've worked with as well. I've got one woman who's had a lot of health challenges, and when I share light language with her, what I do is encourage her to set an intention for what outcome she would like to see. And then I set that intention as well so that what comes through, the message that comes through will assist her. And she has seen some tremendous results from it, as well as the other things that she is doing to improve her health, which she spends a lot of time meditating. She watches her diet. She makes sure that she gets enough sleep. So there is not one method, I believe, and frankly, this goes for anything, Western medicine, what have you. There's not one thing that is going to be the magic bullet that is going to cure you of whatever is ailing you. I believe there are multitudes of things that you need to be able to be whole and healthy in mind, body, and spirit. And some things work better with other people than other things do because we are all unique individuals and we all have our own unique DNA. And so we all react to things differently. And that's okay. Light language may not be for everybody. However, if you are open to it, then you try it and you see if it makes you feel good. And if it doesn't, then you go try something else. Maybe hypnotherapy is your jam. Maybe talk therapy is your jam. Maybe Reiki or theta healing. There are so many wonderful modalities out there to help us. And there's also, just as there are different modalities, there's different practitioners because as we are all unique individuals, we all respond differently to other individuals. And so, no matter what you're doing, in fact, not even if you're in a healing, but no matter what business you're in, there are going to be some people that are going to resonate with you and they are going to buy your products or services because there's something about you that they like or that they trust. And then there are going to be other people that no, they might offer the same service, the same product, but you're like, no, there's something about it that I doesn't resonate with me. And so I'm not going to do business with them. I'm going to go over here instead. So that's why I'm perfectly fine with saying what I have to offer in all of the different services that I provide. I'm not going to be right for everybody. And that's okay. I know that the people who are meant to work with me will find me, and I'm really happy when they do. And that's what makes life great, doesn't it? I think so anyway. Let's see. I think I've answered everything that I was intending to tell you today about light language, and I would encourage you, if you would like some more information about that, to please reach out to me. In fact, I am on a wellness practitioner directory called heal.me. And if you go to heal.me/Gloria, you can schedule a free 15-minute consultation with me. And we can talk a little bit more about light language. So if you have any questions that I didn't answer today, reach out to me there and let's have a chat. And then if you decide you'd like to try light language, then you can book a session with me through this website as well. So again, it's heal.me/Gloria, Gloria. I think right now the best way to illustrate what light language is to share some with you right now. And for those of you who are new to the podcast, I encourage you to look for past solo episodes, because at the end of certainly the last probably 4 to 6 months worth of episodes, I have been sharing light language at the end. So you can go back in and check out some of those episodes. This is my gift. Truly, this is my gift to those of you who are watching and listening. I feel that the more people who are exposed to this type of healing, that the better you'll be in whatever respect. Because again, I set the intention always that the message that you receive will be for your soul's highest good. So I encourage you today to set an intention. If you're listening to this right now, set an intention that the message comes through that you hear will be for your soul's highest good. And if you have a particular challenge, ask your higher self, ask Source to help you with it. It says in the Bible, if I can pronounce that right, the Bible, ask and ye shall receive. If you don't ask, you don't get. Okay? If you don't ask, you don't get. So go ahead and ask. It's important. So I'm going to do that now. And oh, one other thing. If you are listening to this podcast and you are driving a car, let's say, or operating machinery, I do encourage you to pause this podcast, come back to it later when you can just be still and know. One of my other favorite phrases, be still and know. Be still, allow the message to come that comes through to really fill your heart. So you might want to close your eyes and be able to just listen with your heart, listen with your soul. Your mind may try to translate it. I guarantee it might sound like a familiar language, but you may not be able to translate it unless you are one of those wonderful people who is really tuned into Source, and it will come to you. Because I have worked with a client who was able to, she referred to it as being like at the United Nations and hearing a translator, and she would receive the message that I was channeling, and then she would understand what it meant for her. So whatever, if that works for you, that's awesome, because that really shows that you are tuned in. What is it? Esther Hicks used to say, tuned in, turned on, tapped in, or something like that. Anyway, all right. Enough of me chatting. I'm going to now let light language come through for you today. Koyo tushana he ha, koyo tokushi koha, ano yoko he so ekon yonaka, he so yo kushinakala, he soko yono koyapa, he sako shono koryotoku papa yetati ata. Okanyano da kaliata chi kaniate chushukotu pakaniata. Isano korea pachiata. Nionoko hoya kahohe. Akoyoto hosiko esho. Ayoto koyeka. Esayoko. Esakohe. Oshika esayoe akayo tohi ayoto shon ayotokoi asoko ayato ayotokui hase Otiko ayotushiate. All right. We are complete. Yes. I do hope you received that with all the love that was intended for you today. Because again, that's truly what I believe light language is. It's a language of love. And we can always use more love. I believe that. I love is it. Love is everything. Love is who we are. Love is in our DNA. And that's why light language is so powerful because it's that language of love that is speaking right into your soul. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I am so grateful for you being here today. And for those of you who are even watching live, yay. I love that. So until next time, I always encourage you to go out and live fully, love deeply, and engage authentically.